The second question is, how can I get her to kiss me and have her make the first move? There's a couple ways to do this, but to actually get her to straight up kiss you on the lips, I wouldn't count on that or try to do that. Just because even if she wants to, a lot of times a woman will be too timid to do it. The two ways to do this are to say, simply say, kiss me. And then the other thing you could do is sort of playfully get her to kiss your cheek. In both cases, though, you're going to have to be the leader and tell her to do it in a way that you expect she's going to do it. So, you could describe that as assertive or confident, but you're basically telling her to do something in a way that communicates that you think it's normal and you would be excited if she did. You would be happy if she did. So if you're with a woman and you want her to kiss you, what you would do is you would maybe sort of stop or slow down if you're walking, or if you're sitting together, maybe you would kind of stop talking and look her in the eye, and then sort of just lean in a little bit and say, kiss me. And look her in the eye when you do it. And putting your finger under her chin to kind of guide her mouth up towards you would help if she seems timid. The question is sort of coming from a position where you think that women will do this if they want to, and so you have to figure out how to get them to want to. Women already want to. And this sort of gets back to the first question. Women already want to do this stuff, but they can't. A lot of times the reason why probably the biggest reason why women won't make the first move is because they don't want you to think that they're easy. So a woman might want to kiss you, but she will hold back and she might even hide that. Maybe pretend, she might avoid eye contact or get really quiet or try to talk about other things and start talking a lot, out of nervousness. Basically because if she kisses you, or if she tries to kiss you, she runs the risk of you thinking that she's easy. And it's unfortunate because, first of all, a lot of guys will think that. There's a reason why she's doing that. But it comes back to a woman having to protect her social reputation. And more than anything, it's not even about what her friends or other people think, especially if you're alone with her, it's just you and her. She's worried about what you'll think of her. If from your perspective it's easy to have sex with her, you're going to think less of her. That's what her fear is. This comes from kind of the way the experiences women have growing up. It's funny. I was talking to my mom the other day, and we were sort of talking about this stuff, men and women and dating and that kind of stuff. And she said that when she was in 7th grade or something, or maybe it was in high school. I think it was in high school. This kid had a motorcycle, and he gave her a ride home. When she got off the motorcycle, she gave him a little peck on the cheek to thank him. And she didn't think anything of it. She was just happy and maybe a little attracted to him, right? I guess the next day, he went and told all his buddies about how, she had kissed him, and so they were all teasing her and kind of ridiculing her about being easy or moving fast. So this is very common with women, where they'll be intimate with a guy, middle school, high school, maybe not even do a lot, maybe just a kiss, or maybe just show interest in a guy, and then get teased for it, get ridiculed for it. It's a tough situation for women because they are very sexual. They're just as horny as men are, but they have to hide that. And so this is sort of where all the game stuff comes in. Is, as a man, you want to sleep with a woman, without waiting too long. And there's this idea that women go slower. Well, that's actually not true. There's a study that just came out that shows that women get aroused just as fast as men do. Women are increasingly open to casual sexual encounters with guys. It's pretty common for a woman when she's single to go out and hook up and that kind of thing. But if she likes a guy, it's almost as if she has to hold out on sex. And so a lot of the stuff I teach is about, as a man, communicating that you're not that kind of guy who's going to judge her and use her and try to just get sex from her and then not speak to her again. You don't see sex in that way. For you, sex is something that brings the two of you closer.
Yeah, we value it.
Yeah, just, the morality we've assigned to sex is so disgusting and dysfunctional and unnatural. It all comes back to religion, really. But, if a woman has sex with a guy or does something sexual with a guy, she's wired to do that. Okay, it's natural for her. She wants to. She's wired to, just like as a man you are. It feels good. It's a bonding experience with a guy she likes spending time with. And it doesn't hurt anybody. So no one's being hurt in this by having sex, right? So it's something that feels good, it's natural, as long as you're safe about it, responsible about it, to consenting people, to consenting adults. There's really nothing bad or immoral about it. We assign this immorality, and it comes back to a woman's value being based on her looks and the lack of sex she's had in her life. So it's a really sad thing, but it's something that I think humans as a whole are some are moving away, or evolving out of this, and I think many more are ready to. But this is going to require leadership on the guy's part, and a lot of guys are going to have to change the way they think about women. Otherwise, they're going to be left behind. So, to answer your question, I got a really big picture there, but how to get a girl to kiss you, you're going to kiss her, and you don't necessarily. Sometimes maybe a woman will make it really obvious that she wants to kiss you. Maybe she'll look you in the eye or lean in. I mean, I've had girls kind of where I looked at them and then they leaned in and kind of, it was like their head was moving more than mine. But in general, you're going to have to be the guy, you're going to have to be the one that at least stops and creates that moment where you're looking her in the eye, looking at her lips, leaning in a little bit, maybe pulling her close. And then, likely she'll reciprocate. There's a reason why women typically don't make the first move. And the effort it would take to figure out some strategy for that is more than simply being comfortable moving in or stopping, creating kind of a moment and telling her to just kiss you.